Right, so today I have Tom, the CEO of WhitePress, one of the biggest, if not the biggest marketplaces when it comes to content publication. Tom, thanks for joining us and give us a brief intro of what you've been doing these days and your journey in WhitePress.
First of all, thank you for the invitation. I'm really happy to be here with you guys and share our story, WhitePress story, and my personal story. Well, yes, we are probably the biggest marketplace on the market. Probably in terms not only of the number of publications that we do, but also in terms of the people that we employ. Because currently we 230 people employed at WhitePress, spread all over the globe, and this is one of the differentiators to our competitors that we have local teams. As for me, I've been in WhitePress already almost for 7 years. Started as a head of international expansions after local success and being the most popular platform in Poland to present our service to other countries, which we managed to do successfully as we are here and we're talking about it. And as from this year, our founder, Pavel Strykowski, he invited me to be a part of WhitePress as a CEO. And that's my current job now, to lead the company. Different type of job, different perspective. But I'm quite enjoying it.
And how old is WhitePress?
WhitePress idea was brought to the table in 2013, but officially we registered as a WhitePress in 2014, but we were already programming the platform in 2013. And that was in Pavel's head, our founder head, for some time. He was already operating on the market and he had this idea to create such a platform. He was so frustrated. He was running like a local city website with news and everything, and he wanted to promote his local business across different media, and he wanted to publish few sponsor articles. It took 2 months to get it done, and he got so frustrated and says, why there's no such a place where I can just go and list all the websites that are available for guesting with the prices, metrics, and everything. And because Pavel, of course, is the IT guy, he said, I'm going to develop such a platform. But before that, he even took this idea to the Dragon's Den in Poland, like a Polish edition of Dragon's Den. He went there for like a consultancy for those big investors. He presented the idea. He was very excited, and the guys told him it's a bullshit. No, it's not gonna work. But Pavel was really persistent. He said, I really believe in that idea. And since the very beginning, 2014, when he launched the service, and boom, like the growth and the number of publications and clients were growing. So yeah, he proved that the concept was a good idea. So we are already more than 11 years old.
And when it started, was it just focused around Poland?
Yes, it was only Polish. Yeah, there was only Polish, but quickly we became very fast, was the most popular platform in Poland. And after 2-3 years, Pavel already had this idea. Okay, this business is already growing nicely, and probably would be a good idea to start the international expansion. And of course, if you want to grow as a business, either you introduce new products locally or you start international expansion, and that's what actually happened.
So when you joined in 2018, how many countries was WhitePress operating in?
Only Poland.
So when you had joined 2018, it was still in Poland.
I was only Poland, and my job was, Pavel was like, look, I'm managing Poland. I know the concept. This is how it works. And Pavel told me, yeah, go and do the international expansion. We made an analysis. We had a big Excel sheet analyzing all the markets. We had many discussions with the local influencers on many markets. We were trying to figure out which countries were the best first to enter. And then we started the international expansion. So
what was your job role when you first joined WhitePress?
From the very beginning was head of international expansion, and my job was like to analyze the countries we should enter. And then Pavel was actually, when he was looking, he said, I need someone who, of course, loves the international environment, but also knows digital marketing and also more like a leadership style personality, more than just the manager. And because I had previous experience leading international expansions, I know how it works. And since my early career, I always enjoyed international environments, and I always wanted to be responsible for this kind of operations. From the very beginning, my role was actually when I was building those branches, because we have local branches everywhere we operate, was, to first to establish the company, set up the company, hire people, train them, recruit them, deal with the finance, legal issues, with everything from A to Z. I had to manage all the processes. Yeah, and it was very challenging, but also very satisfactory when you meet new cultures, new people, and also watching how the market grows. It's very, of course, exciting. At the same time as when you see that it's really working, this kind of gives you lots of positive feedback and positive emotions.
What was one of the first challenges that you had to deal with when you started working on this international expansion of WhitePress?
The very first challenge was first to pick which countries, because you never knew. Kind of Poland is really well developed, and the SEO community is really sharing the
Right, it's
experience.
really.
But we didn't know which countries apart from Poland is gonna work the same way. Also, we had to test two different ways how we want to approach, how we want to do the international expansion. Because the first way was first option was, oh, we do it ourselves. We open local branches, we hire people, we train the people, but it's very expensive and time consuming. Or we find a local partner, that's the second, like a franchise, someone, local agency that can help you to grow locally. We had to test both options and decide whether which one's gonna be better. So after all, we decided testing those options, like the franchise model is not the best one, because you can't really control your partner. Usually for the local partner agencies, this is not the first business, it's not the priority, and you can ask them, you can set the price, but cannot control fully the process. Yeah, it's cheaper, but on the other hand, we see it's a little bit less effective. But setting up our own companies is way more expensive, but you control the people, you control the process, you get the instant feedback, it's better communication. And we went that way. That's why we have so many branches around the world, and we have local people that directly work for WhitePress. Yeah. So this is one of the first challenges that we have, but also analyzing those countries was also very difficult, because there's no data, to be honest, because the SEO industry is kind of hard to measure, ads and performance marketing, some other stuff. You can find lots of data on Statista, on some other platforms, but regarding the SEO, it's an industry that's really hard to measure. There's no official data for it. So we had to kind of estimate the numbers, but also we had many discussions with those local influencers, including Koray, for example. We were testing back in 2019. We had a discussion with also Koray about the Turkish market and so on. So we had some focus interviews with the local experts. We had some data. There are many opportunities. There are some big markets, and obviously like the US or the English speaking markets are the biggest market, but on the other hand is also the most competitive market. So we decided, okay, we're going to start with the CEE region, like locally the countries that are close to Poland. So because of the cultural fit and also the closeness to Poland, the geographical distance is better. And then also there's many companies already selling across the borders, and that probably will be also a good driver of the growth. Yeah.
Have there been any countries where getting into that market has been very challenging, but at the same time, it's been very rewarding?
I mean, the Western Europe, definitely. It wasn't our first choice because we knew there is already like lots of competitors. The market is rich, but on the other hand, it's also very expensive to get there. To hire people locally in the Western Europe, you have to pay local salaries. You have to also, in Western Europe, also this like the legal framework of those countries regarding the digital marketing is also very strict. It's really expensive and time consuming. And also, for example, like Germany, to build a relationship in Germany with the potential clients takes time. So it's not like a quick win, but once you're there and you build those relations and of course spend lots of money, then finally when you break through certain level of your brand awareness and relationship with the potential clients, then it starts paying off. So Western Europe definitely, or Scandinavia, are the countries with nice budgets and big opportunities, but it really takes time to build relations with those both publishers and clients.
And to communicate with these publishers' fulfillment purpose, did you have to hire local outreach experts or, just coordinators in each country?
Our main strategy is like go global but be local, and that's why having a local team, this is like a main approach to the international expansion. We didn't just both translate our platform and hope for the best. We have teams that just don't speak the language, but they also understand the local market. They are able to build direct relationship with publishers and advertisers. They know the cultural nuances, the media landscape. They have those, to be able to just pick up the phone and talk directly like Romanian to Romanian or Dutch to Dutch, it's a game changer in this business. From the very beginning, we knew that if you want to grow on international scale, you can't do this just through English language. You have to have a local team. You have to that speak the language and know the culture. Our main thing is to build direct relationship with publishers and our clients. So it really helps. If you want to solve the problem, you just pick up the phone and talk directly to the publisher. Yeah. And it's only possible if you have a local teams. It costs lots of money, but the other hand, it pays off long term. And that's how we differentiate with our competitors. We have local teams everywhere we operate, people that can really speak the language. And on top of that, our platform, and not only, we also support local currencies, local invoicing, local online payment system. So for the local clients, we look like a local provider, local supplier for publishers and a local client. It solves so many issues, from finance issues, building relationship issues. It's a game changer to have a local team.
You didn't try getting local agencies to white label your orders?
To be honest, it is possible, but on top of that, those are agencies that you try to work with locally. Usually when you use them, sometimes they don't work also direct with the publishers, and they work with other intermediaries or other agencies, and that kind of accumulates the margin, so you become very expensive very quickly. Yeah, so we can see directly we are able to get like really attractive price for our clients, but if you're using agencies, it can kind of multiply the price, and it's not attractive at the end. So I'm happy to say, based on our data, because obviously we keep monitoring our competitors, with 70-80%, the database that we have is the most attractive on the market. So yeah, I mean, if you don't have resources, and because you need resources and money, you have to find a local partner. But that will mean you may face, in the process of publication, there can be like many obstacles, and it can take time. On the other hand, also the margin, the price is going to be
Definitely, your prices will go high. Right. If you have to analyze the growth of WhitePress over the years, what's one thing that really helped catapult the growth the most?
First thing was like the transparency and simplicity. Before, on the market, most of those providers were like hiding. You couldn't just log into the platform and see the whole database. You couldn't see the prices. The people were hiding the websites they were working with. Yeah. But from the very moment that we said, okay, because some people think, okay, maybe clients, they will just basically like just go directly to publishers who want to use your platform and so on. Okay, maybe some of them will do that, but majority of our clients, they just enjoy the simplicity of the platform, that everything is easy and transparent, and you see already the whole database. So that was a game changer for us. We show it. Okay, no hidden cost. The price you see, that's the price you pay, and also we show the database to our clients, so you can really pick your own website. This is up to you. We are not hiding. We are not just creating packages because you know what you're doing. And that was a big game changer for us. And also from the very beginning, we were really caring about the quality of our websites that we accept on our platform. So that was a quality over quantity. And we had like a double verification process for accepting those websites. So because we really wanted to show the value, to bring the value to our customers. So high quality websites was another thing. And of course, at some point, we also started accepting lower quality, but we clearly indicate this is the lower quality websites because our competitors were bragging that our database is the biggest. So we kind of accepted some of it. But in the end, now we are also like eliminating those like non-traffic websites with the low quality. Yeah, so the quality of the website is really important. So the transparency, simplicity, and the quality of the website that we have, that was the big thing, for us.
Marketing and sales both are important for the growth of company, but if you had to put extra budget in one department, which one would you pick and why?
I mean, definitely marketing. To be honest, we as a WhitePress, we haven't had any sales team for many years. For the first 5-6 years of existence, we didn't have any sales team because we didn't have to. If you do the proper marketing, especially content marketing, we invest in that content marketing and we educate people. We organize SEO Vibes conferences where we get quality of leads. We educate the market. So it really generates lots of good leads for us. And we work with local SEO influencers that review our platform. We show case studies, and it really generates lots of leads for us, and we didn't have to have any sales team for many years. Of course, during the international expansion, we also learned that it takes time. Good marketing takes time, and building the brand awareness as well takes time. And of course, you can speed up the process by hiring sales team and help to close deals. But if I would have to pick just one, that would be the great marketing. As some people say, like, perfect marketing doesn't need any sales, but in reality, you have to find a good balance of both. Yeah. But if you push me big one, yeah, definitely the good marketing, yeah, especially inbound content marketing.
If you had to pick one channel, I mean, you guys do a lot. You sponsor events, you host your events, you have your speakers on different places, you do SEO, you do paid ads, everything. But if you had to pick one for WhitePress right now, which one would you pick?
The good marketing actually involves all those channels, and you
Right.
cannot pick one. But of course, if you really, really push me, and that's what really pushed the needle for us, was on every local market where we operate, we try to find the local SEO influencer. We give them the platform for a review, like an honest review. We don't pay for it, like, just to make it positive. No, just honest review. Publish it on your blog and spread on the social media, and that's the tactic that worked best for us. Because you reach the audience of the SEO influencers, people who follow that person are like, okay, they read it. So you get the attention, they immediately you see the registrations in the platform. And on the other hand, of course, you get the social signals, you get the link from the blog. So it ticks many needs, marketing needs. Yeah, this is our best strategy. But obviously nowadays it's not enough. Our SEO conferences work really well for us. Vibes. It takes so much effort and money to organize the conferences. I mean, you can do all the basic stuff. And I know some agencies that just run ads and that's it, because they have no resources, and there's a right way to do it. But if you have money, resources, you have to step up your game. And even in our digital environment, it seems that everything you can do remotely, right? But in the end, in this business, I see building relations, building new network, people that can put your face to email. It really moves the needle and help grow the business. And that's why we all go to conferences. That's why we all talk to people. So yeah, Yen is a B2B, but it's also human to human.
And also the trust factor builds
Trust.
up like significantly when you're meeting people physically, because you've operated in multiple countries, multiple niches, and there are definitely a lot of compliances to deal with in different countries. Would you mind sharing some niches, some scenarios?
Oh
Are
yeah,
there these compliances where people are not aware you have to deal with as a marketplace?
but two things I can mention right away. This is like, if you work with those sensitive niches, like medical, gambling, finance niches, there are some local regulations, especially in the European Union, but also outside the European Union, that you have to deal with, and you need to really know local stuff. For example, if you have a license, if you want to publish article with links to the casino has to have a local license for each country that they want to publish on. So if you are based on Malta, for example, or Cyprus, if you want to publish in Poland, you cannot have like a Maltese or a Cypriotian license. You have to have a local license. Yeah. If you do this, then you may face some really serious problems, because there's a law that really chase those agencies and publishers for such stuff. So especially under like illegal. Same with the medical stuff. Promoting medical stuff is also so regulated that you have to be really careful knowing what you do and how you do it. Yeah. Same with the finance. Those sensitive categories are not easy to deal with, and you have to take it into account that this might be very, very difficult. Yeah. So this is one thing. Another thing that you need to know when you deal, especially as a marketplace, because if you are a marketplace, you deal with publishers, you have providers, right? And those providers are from different countries. And there is something which is called like withholding tax. And this withholding tax push you to kind of deduct tax from the money that you're paying to this publisher. So you have to hold that tax locally, unless the publisher shows you something which is called certificate of fiscal residence, proving that they are local taxpayer in another country. But most of the publishers, it's a bureaucracy, but you have to push your publishers to do it. Otherwise, you have to pay locally 20%, and the publishers are quite often, angry. Oh, why did you send me just 80% of the money that we agreed on? I said, okay, because I have to pay the local tax. Oh, okay. In that case, I have to raise my prices. Yeah. And then immediately you're becoming more expensive because you have to cover that cost. And to fix that issue, you have to have a local branch, just like we have. Because we are a local dealer, we deal locally with the publishers, but most of the marketplaces that are just registered in one country, in the UK or somewhere, and they try to operate on international scale with the local support, and it means that you have additional financial cost, and then you become also less attractive in terms of the price. Right? With those local companies and branches, we cut that cost. Yeah, but this is withholding tax is another thing you have to keep in mind.
Right. And also with those regulated niches and regulated markets, as a marketplace, you deal with an issue where advertisers come and place an order, even though they don't know that in these sites I can't place my link. But do you deal with this a lot? And have you found a solution for this?
Yes. We implemented some AI scrapers. Once you set up a project and put your URL, we try to figure out what's your project, is a sensitive niche or not, and then we automatically send an email requiring those show us the license, upload the license, because we need to do it according to the law. So yes, we had to implement some process inside the platform that happens automatically, but also we have SOPs for our employees, how to deal with such a publications, what to do next. So yeah, we have some, let's say, dictionaries as well. If the article includes some forbidden words or something which indicates that the article might be about the sensitive niche, it also pops up, and our person who is managing the process automatically sees that and can block the publication. So we have several, processes set up in our platform how to filter it. I mean, maybe you don't care, you just publish whatever it is, but one day someone can knock your door and you may pay big fines for publishing illegal content, erotic medical stuff, this the financial, even for the financial stuff, you have to like loans, quick loans, you have to have a local license as well, you have to be registered, this is so many things, those sensitive issues, you have to have processes and automated filters. Nowadays with AI it's easier because the AI can actually identify whether the website the publication is leading to, what is the category of the website, and that already puts like a question mark or verify it. Yeah, exactly.
That's a solid point. So do you have to deal with people trying to link to a clean site, normal general niche, and then once it's live, they do redirects to these gray niches?
Especially from the gambling industry, those SEOs are very innovative, that are very creative, and they try to trick us as well. So, for example, they publish articles which is completely not about casino. There's not even one word about gambling, casino, whatever. It's about, I don't know, hiking in the mountains, for example. So the dictionary will not pick it up, won't see it, it will go through. And of course, since we implemented the AI, we try to see whether it goes. But we already noticed that some of the SEOs from gambling, some publishers are even, because some publishers, they don't give a damn about, okay, I want to make money, I can publish anything. And if you go on that website, it shows, for example, hiking, but the third click shows the casino, So sometimes even the website itself, the publisher tries to trick the system and showing 2 times it's nothing suspicious, but the third time you go there and there's a casino website. So there's lots of techniques where those SEOs, Blackhat SEOs, try to play the game and want to play the system, outsmart the system. So there's many things, and we have to constantly fight with it. Because as I said, we as a WhitePress, we are a big company and big investors behind us, and we can't do anything dodgy. Everything has to be legit.
Right.
So we have to have system for that.
That's crazy. That was one of my concerns when I started on this journey of doing a marketplace model of
You
business.
can do it, but you are just risking a lot. In some countries, allowed to publish anything you want, but even erotic stuff in many countries, you can go direct to jail if they see, okay, because you're physically promoting something which is really illegal, and you might not be even aware of it. So in our platform, we have those automatic system that helps you. And even though 99% of the things we are able to filter, but from time to time, something pops up, and then, yeah, So we try to be 100%, but the SEOs are smart guys and they know that they want to go under the radar and they want to trick you.
Are you allowed to share rough numbers of annual revenue?
Last year, there was 35 million euros revenue for WhitePress last year. So it's not like anyone can go and check the numbers. It's not bad, I think. When I joined the company, it was a 7 million euros, and now it's 35.
Do you remember any specific year or move where the percentage of jump was very significant?
Oh, the growth was very stable since the beginning, but we could see during the COVID, like the March, I think during the COVID was kind of like a put on hold. And after that, like it went up as crazy because during the COVID, many companies realized, okay, we have to build our presence online. So the e-commerce was booming and we were booming as well. Now it a little bit slowed down because we feel like companies stop investing that much in online. I can see it went back to normal life, but the years during the COVID and just after the COVID, the growth was very significant. It was very
Right. Since last year, or maybe last 2 years, every month I see a new marketplace being launched, especially a backlink marketplace. Do you think in 2025 or moving on to 2026, there's still scope for marketplaces for new marketplaces to come? Or do you think it's already saturated and that business model is very tight to get in?
think it's very saturated. It's very, very saturated. I remember when we were entering some countries, either we were the first ones or was just one local competitor. Now, like only in Poland, I think we have 25 competitors, for example, and they don't even on the English speaking markets. I think recently we kind of counted 147 platforms like ours. And every week I see a new platform because, this is not a big challenge kind of to build simple online shop where you have a list of websites where you can publish. But the biggest challenge is to build like a real system, real platform. So like the system and also the network of publishers, those relations that you want to build with the publishers to be the most attractive on the market. It's going to take years and millions to have it attractive. So I'm not concerned with the newcomers. There are many newcomers that are kind of aggressive. They work on really low margin because they want to attract the new clients, but the long term they have no cash flow, they have no resources, they have no local relations like we have. So long term it's a big money investment and the long term game. And even in Poland, we see that many of our competitors already went bankrupt because they are not able to pay the publishers. It's very competitive market nowadays. It's very saturated. I don't think there is much of a space for new players without huge, even if you have a huge investor behind you and he can put money on the table, you won't buy something which is called time. Many markets already have local leaders that monopolize kind of the market. For example, like in Europe, into WhitePress, it's hard to beat. It's even if you enter the market because we have already the relations, we have the best prices on the market. You go to the local publisher, he will give you shitty prices because he doesn't know you. And you want to change that, it's gonna take time. And you have to ask the questions. You have time? Do you have resources? Do you have money? And can you wait for this to change in a couple of years? So for me, nowadays, yes, you can create a simple online shop, or even nowadays, there's lots of link pricer, like a comparison tools, But this is just aggregate. This is just aggregator. So it's not a big deal to collect all the flying Google Sheets, from all the markets. But then you will see that the prices for the same link, like in WhitePress, the aggregate selling is 10 times more expensive. And many times, also those players that those marketplaces that don't have those local direct relationship with the publishers, they are not able to publish. They have just the offer, but if you really want to do it, make it happen. No, it's not gonna happen. We have many clients like to us. Okay, we tried somewhere else, but we've been waiting for 1 month, 2 months. It didn't happen, even though the prices looked attractive at the beginning. But if a publication doesn't happen, it's like zero. It doesn't matter how much it cost. It doesn't happen. We had many. In theory, in the beginning, when we started, that was one of the mistakes. We accepting almost everything, but then we had publications or Forbes or Market Watch for super price. But then we figured out it's just a scam, And now we have that regulation. Maybe it's a little bit more expensive, but we know it's legit. You can do it.
My last question: what's one mistake or one strategy that you wish you had avoided while handling WhitePress's growth?
I mean, there are always two things that you have to consider. Either you enter the market that is already well educated and you have a local competitor that did the job educating the market and you can be the second class. Or you enter the market which is not educated, but you can be the first one. But then sometimes you have to wait, you know. And I can see it's really hard to judge, but going to the markets that are not educated, it's painful, you know, like educating clients and publishers that this such a SEO environment exists and you can make money. It's so frustrating. Yeah. So sometimes I think, okay, going to those markets that you don't have to do educate, but then on the other hand, you're going to have local competitors. Yeah. But at least when you call the publisher, he knows, okay, this is type of the business. When you call a potential client, okay, he knows. So it's very tempting to go to those markets which are not covered yet. But on the other hand, you're going to do lots of job educating the market and maybe you won't even benefit from it because someone else you're gonna do the preparation and someone else gonna enter and ride on your back, I would say. Yeah? And we did that mistakes. On the other one hand, we are, and it's not a mistake. That was a kind of strategy. We are the number one, but we have already 3 or 4 other competitors that kind of followed up. They copied our business model. They try to even, the name of the marketplaces they put exactly like similar to WhitePress and try to be the second WhitePress. Yeah, but so this is one of the things. Another thing that many people that go abroad that do the scale abroad is, for example, they think like going abroad means okay, we just translate stuff and that's it. It's gonna work. No, just translation is not localization. You have to adapt. One of the mistakes that we did in the beginning, we translated lots of content that we had already in Poland, because probably it's going to work the same way. No, each market is a different story. Each market has a different stage of SEO knowledge, development of this SEO knowledge. And you can't talk about tier 2 tactics when nobody knows what it is. So sometimes even on some markets, there are some old tactics that still works and they are the most popular. On some markets, you can be more, up to date with those strategies and present something fresh, but it's not the same. So translating the content that already works on your market is not a good strategy. You have to have a local person who knows the nuances, who know the market and adapt the communication. Yeah. From the very beginning. So doing like operating from the headquarters, especially just in the English language, it won't work. So Romania, for example, is just like Poland, right? Just like half size of Poland, but the rest is not the same. Each country, even like Czech Republic, Slovakia, Hungary, all of them had different sentiment towards link building. Each country, some countries are okay. Link building is a cool strategy. We should be doing this. And there are some countries where the link building is still okay. We do it silently. Nobody talks about it. Yeah. Let's not talk about it. Yeah. It's still like that. So you can go and just talk and you cannot just even say the word because people are going to get upset. So you have to internationally scaling. International means be aware of the local conditions.
This was really insightful, Tom, because marketplace model, especially for link building, has always looked very attractive, and that's the reason why you see so many companies, agencies turning their model or just launching their own marketplace. But this has been really insightful, learning your insights, being one of the pioneers and getting those insights of what it takes to actually run and scale successfully and not burning out and going bankrupt. So thank you so much for all that you shared so openly. I really appreciate that. Where is the WhitePress team heading next, and where can we follow you for more updates for WhitePress and the exciting stuff WhitePress is doing?
I mean, currently we are focusing on the North America. So, basically United States, Canada. We go on conferences all over the world, so the nearest one is definitely San Diego, Brighton SEO, San Diego. So we're going there. And then we have Ahrefs conference in San Diego again. Then we have Chiang Mai. We have local people almost everywhere. And that's why we have, good connections locally and we look local. Go global, but be local. There's especially the autumn. I mean, now this season, the second half of the year is really busy with the conferences. So we are almost everywhere. So it would be hard not to meet us. So come to us, talk to us, see what we can do together. Definitely, there's lots of potential. And also, I would like to wish good luck to all the SEOs, and hopefully we're gonna meet again, guys. Maybe in Chiang Mai.
Thank you so much, Tom. Really appreciate that.
Have a good day. Cheers, guys.